Hi, I'm Clint Radway. I'm an investigator, journalist, and a professional cool guy. The internet may seem sophisticated and level-headed on the outside, but just like a baby's diaper, below the thin layer of scented fabric and various cleaning chemicals, there's a sea of terror and horrors once thought to exist only in hell. But that's why you're here, isn't it? You want to learn how to survive. In this series, I'll be taking you deep into the smelly, disgusting, unwashed bowels of the internet. Together, we'll look at different websites, fandoms, and ideologies that exist on the internet. Our first episode will be covering the first 10 rules of internet survival. So without any further ado, let's get started. Hi, I'm Clint Radway, and welcome to the first episode of An Idiot's Guide to the Internet. Am I the idiot? Are you the idiot? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that decision up to you. Anyway, let's get on with the program. Rule number 1, the most important rule on the internet: never, ever let your weaknesses known. Once the internet knows what gets under your skin, they will use that against you until the day you die. I don't care if you delete all your social media profiles and move to the middle of the Canadian wilderness to live off the grid, okay? Because they will find you faster than a starving African child can eat a slice of bread. Need an example? Let's take this pretty little boy right here. His name is Mahavajiralongkorn. Is that really his name? Camera guy? Really? Parents must not have loved him much. He is the king of Thailand, alright? And the point is that when the internet found out he didn't want this image of him on the internet, that image spread faster than a new STD in Nigeria. That is to say that everyone had gotten it within 24 hours. So basically, if you see something on the internet that annoys you, don't say that it annoys you, it only makes it worse. Rule number 2 of the internet: kids ruin everything. Ever wonder why memes die so quickly? It's kids. It always is. You don't believe me? Oh, well, just watch this. Ugandan Knuckles.
Uganda is my home country.
Then go back to where you came from.
Dead. What are those? Dead. Dabbing.
Murdered.
Rule number 3. Koalas like to battle Vikings on roller skates. Rule number 4. Random does not equal funny. Ever. If you ever come across a statement like in rule number 3 and you unironically laugh and you're above the age of 12, do everyone a favor, stick your head in a large, rusty meat grinder. Thank you. Rule 5 of the internet. If you are on the internet, you can never think something is just okay. It doesn't matter if it's a movie or a TV show, or it doesn't matter what it is. You either have to really love it or you have to hate it with all of your being. Now let's say you really liked the last Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. If you say that on the internet, then everyone who really hated it will then come after you and attempt to murder you, basically. Now, on the other hand, if you hated The Last Jedi, then everyone who loved it will come after you, and then they will murder you. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, well, if they're gonna hate me either way, then it doesn't matter what I say. And that is where you are wrong. Because if you come out and say, oh, I thought The Last Jedi was okay, or I don't really have an opinion, then you, sir, will be attacked by both sides and will die twice as fast. Rule number 6. The default language of the internet is unrelenting irony and absurd amounts of sarcasm. If you ever come across a comment or an article that just confuses you out of your mind, read it again, but this time read it as sarcastically as possible. If that doesn't solve your problem, well then you have come across what I like to call a homo. A homo being, of course, a human oblivious to mental operations. If you are on the internet and you don't encounter at least one homo every week, then I'm sorry to say, you are a homo. Rule number 7. Everything on the internet is 100% true. Rule number 8. Everything on the internet is 100% false. Rule number 9. Nobody, and I mean nobody, cares what you have to say on the internet. No matter what you say, no matter what evidence you have, no matter what, you will never change anyone's mind on the internet. It just doesn't matter. That is why on the internet, it is always best to be the ultimate fence rider and agree with what everyone says in order to make them like you. And finally, rule number 10. No matter how many ads you see, there will never be any hot singles in your area. Congratulations! You know the first 10 rules to surviving the internet. That means you should be able to make it on your own now. Come back next time when we talk about Roblox. Remember, the internet's a dangerous place, and if you think differently than me, I'll kill you in your sleep. I'm gonna level with you. This is the first video I've made like this, and I don't really know how to end it, so we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna wing it, guys. We're gonna try something new here. All right, let's try this out. Oh man, Declan's gonna like this. Gonna have a nice little surprise for him. Declan's kind of an edgy guy. He likes sharp things. Nice sharp things. Let's try this out on him, huh? You think he'll like that? Yeah, he'll like that. Oh, Declan, can I come in? Declan, are you edgy? Is this edgy enough for you, Declan?